Hi there, I'm Charles, and this is a really different video to what I'm used to filming. Normally you'll see me playing guitar or doing some sort of tutorial on how to play things on guitar. Weird, right? But I thought I'd do a bit more of this kind of stuff, you know, me talking to you guys, and maybe you getting to know me a little bit more, because I was going to make this big video about my album coming out last year, and it's going to have its anniversary on May 12th of this year, which is a really big deal for me because it's the first major thing that I've released with my own name on it. The fact it's going to be a year old soon is kind of crazy. If you want to check out the album and you have no idea what I'm talking about, go search Desiderium Charles Roper on Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube. The main point of this video is to introduce you to me, because I realized that I was going to make this big thing about my music, and then you think, well, you're just some random guy that I've seen play guitar online. I have no idea who you are. So I thought I'd change that. I know this video probably isn't going to get many views, and that's totally fine. It's more just if people want to see it, then here it is. Here's me. So here's 5 facts about me. Fact number 1. I started playing guitar when I was a teenager, just like a lot of other people. I think I was 13 turning 14, so it was March 2010 or around that sort of time when I started properly taking guitar lessons and properly taking it seriously. I had so much fun in my first lesson. I actually had this big old dream of like being on stage and all the rest of it, like probably what a lot of other people did. And I'm still chasing this dream now, even though I'm turning 29 soon. Oh my god. Quarter life crisis aside, or maybe coming to midlife, I don't know anymore. But the point is that aside, the guitar journey has been really cool so far. I come from Devon, and a little town in Devon which people barely know the name of. So getting lessons around there and being interested in the style of music that I was, which at the time was more metal and rock orientated, was kind of strange, because in my school and where I grew up, it was more the singer-songwriter stuff, and people were more into Ed Sheeran, and some people were into blues and John Mayer quite a lot, because the guitar teachers around there were more into that blues thing and the classic rock thing. And I had a really cool alternative guitar teacher which showed me quite a lot of cool stuff, like, you know, the classic stuff like Rage Against the Machine and all that kind of thing. So I developed like a real love for rock slash like that 90s era stuff and the Chili Peppers and all that cool stuff. And now I do this sort of stuff, the rock fusion thing is what I like to label it. It's some weird stuff. I've done a lot of really random wacky things on this instrument, and I plan to do a lot more weird random wacky things. Fact number 2. I work as a guitar technician slash quality control technician for Anderton's Music Co. Yeah, that's right, I work for the big Andertons. It's a cool place to work, and I play test guitars and fix them and double check them to make sure they're all A-okay for anybody who orders them. Well, I'm part of the team that QCs it, so I might have even looked at a guitar which you've bought, which is hopefully cool for you and cool for me as well, because I've checked out your guitar, which is cool. Just to give you some other context as well, in the past I've had some other interesting jobs. So obviously I'm a musician, and I would love that to be my full-time thing. However, I need to pay the bills, and I'm not in a position where gigs are paying my way. I would love that to be the case, but I'm just not there yet. So if you want to help me out with that, then subscribe and do all that other stuff, because it helps me out massively doing that. But anyway, previous jobs apart from that, where I also worked as a university lecturer for a brief period of time when I was 22 at the Academy of Contemporary Music, where I studied the guitar, where I got my degree in the guitar. Yes, you can get a degree in a guitar. It's 2025, you can get a degree in a lot of things. Moving on to fact number 3. Outside interests from music. Believe it or not, I am a human being, I think. So I have interests outside of music. It's not the only thing that I love. Apart from the music stuff, I'm really into fitness, gaming, and within the fitness stuff, I used to do quite a lot of martial arts. So within the martial arts stuff, I studied boxing, kickboxing, taekwondo, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and I also did a year of weapons training, which included, it was like a heavily influenced thing from Eskrima, which is a Filipino martial art. It was really, really fun, and I really enjoyed it. And in fact, between the ages of 16 to 18, I was actually training 6 days a week. At one point in my life, I actually kind of was interested in becoming an MMA fighter. So I had this really weird career choice in my head, where I was like, do I become a guitarist, or do I become an MMA fighter? Yeah, I mean, I know it's a bit of a weird one, but that's where my brain was at. I do really like my choice. I like the fact I've gone down the guitar route, even though I'm not doing it full time as in my dreams, as what I wanted to do it. I'm still doing it. I'm still working towards doing that every day. So that's not going to change. And no disrespect to anybody who's doing the other thing. If you are somebody who's interested in that world and that's where you want to go, awesome, go do it. It's just, for me, that wasn't for me in the long run. It was something which really helped me and helped me develop a lot of self-confidence, discipline. But it wasn't necessarily for me in the long run. I'm just too soft, man. It's what it is. Apart from that, like, it's like I'm really into my fitness. I love going to the gym, and I love gaming as well. Like, I like playing a few things, and I guess I'm more into, like, the Soulsborne stuff. Like, a lot of guitarists who are really into, like, this kind of stuff, especially, like, the rock fusion-y things, they seem to be really into Dark Souls and stuff as well. It's a weird, like, sort of, like, crossover. I do like some first-person shooters. Shout out to ULTRAKILL. Moving on to fact number 4. I wanted to talk to you about my favorite guitar players. There is a long, long list of my favorite guitar players, because I just love people who play guitar. Like, everyone has their own sort of interesting spin on it, and this small list is by no means a finished list. Pretty much everyone that I listen to who plays guitar, I've taken some influence from. So first and foremost, Paul Gilbert. He is my number one guy for inspiration. I remember watching him as a teenager play Technical Difficulties on YouTube, and I was like, oh my god, who is this guy with this red Ibanez guitar? Well, I didn't even know it was an Ibanez guitar. I was just like, who's this guy with this red guitar playing it really, really fast? And it sounded really cool. I wanted to learn it, and I actually did end up learning it when I was like 16. It was kind of weird. I spent too much time indoors just learning this stuff. He really set off the spark for me and really ignited my passion, especially faster, more technical side of guitar playing. And again, nothing wrong. If you guys don't do that stuff, that's also fine too, you know. If you're interested in it, I'd highly recommend listening to Paul Gilbert though, because going from the young shred days to moving up through the ladder, writing hits with Mr. Big, and then developing more like fusion-esque stuff with his own projects, and even like more storyteller style blues playing in his more recent projects. The guy is evolving all the time and constantly writing music, and I think that's just the pure definition of being a musician and an artist, not just a musician. I think it's a really, really cool thing, and he is true to himself and is artful. Guitar player number 2, Guthrie Govan. Again, phenomenal musician, and I met him a couple of times. In fact, one of my friends, Thomas Bura, actually has as a guitarist in his band, so I've actually spoken to him a couple of times in that context, seeing Thomas. I still cannot speak to him like a normal human being. Yes, I'm a major idiot when it comes to talking to these people. If either Paul or Guthrie is watching this video at some point, for some reason, I don't know, it's on the internet, they may be, they might do, they might not, I don't know. But if you do, I'm sorry, okay? I'm just a really weird, awkward guy. Feel free to think that about me. That's my problem, not yours. It should never be a problem. But yeah, I did actually give Guthrie a physical copy of my album, a CD, believe it or not, without listing everybody and going through like a massive list on why I think their guitar playing is great. Let's just go through a list. So, without being too stereotypical, Jimi Hendrix, Eric Johnson, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Joe Bonamassa, Mark Tremonti, Steve Vai, Joe Satriani, Vinnie Moore. More modern guys like Matteo Mancuso, Max Ostro, Luca Mantonelli. I think I'm saying his name right. I apologize if I'm not Luca. A lot of those guys, especially in the JTC roster, those are really, really cool individuals. Shout out to Sam Whiting, who's also on the JTC roster. And if you're watching this video, Sam, I salute you. You're a fine gentleman and a scholar. So moving on to fact number 5, my dream and my album. So my dream is I'd love to make this music thing a full-time thing, potentially even tour the world under my own name and banner, doing the music thing. I'd love to do that, and I love to explore places, and I've even started doing that off my own back. No, I'm not famous. No, people aren't screaming my name and being like, oh, or play this city. It's not that. But I did go over to Tokyo last year and play a couple of shows over there, because I have a friend who lives over there, and he helped me organize some cool stuff. And I even did a masterclass over in Tokyo with the American Guitar Academy, and that was really cool as well. So I really enjoyed my time over there. I enjoyed playing a few live shows over there and jam nights and doing masterclass. It was actually really cool, and I'd love to do more of that, and I'd love to do it in a way which I can actually make a living off of this thing rather than doing my day job. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love my day job. Please don't fire me. I'm still in my probation period at the time of this video. So if my manager or some of my colleagues are watching this, yes, you can laugh about this. Yes, you can do whatever you want with this video. That's my dream, to do the music thing full time. I am going to go back to Tokyo later on this year when it's confirmed, because like 90% of the way there I have a big announcement to make, which will be on this channel and even on my Instagram. Go follow me over there. Talking about the album, I put a lot of time. I spent 2 years writing my first album. Well, 2 years writing, recording, and getting it all out there, getting artwork sorted. It took 2 years from start to finish. I am writing album 2 at the minute. Please, if you have time, go listen to it. If you have already, you're an absolute legend, and thank you very much. You're a hero. And hell, if you've got to this point in the video, if you've reached this point in the video right now, put it in the comments, because you're a hero. Just straight up. I don't know how anyone's listening to me talking this much. Thank you for listening to 5 Facts About Me. Hopefully see you in the next one. I have a lot more content planned in the future, both on YouTube and outside of it. So please follow me on social media platforms and stuff. And if you want to help support me in my dream, then yeah, just follow me on this stuff and watch me do this thing. And it might grow. It might get bigger than I expect it to. Hell, this video might get 50 views. But if it gets 50 views, that's 50 more people checking it out. So thank you very much for these 50 people. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.